Hey everyone, it's Friday Morning Movie Reviews. I'm Los Angel.
I'm Nathan CK.
Toy Story 4.
Four.
Toy Story, the first three is one of the most beloved and maybe one of the best trilogies of all time,
Yes.
where not
Yes.
any of them is a stinker, and three
Right.
might be the strongest one. And I think three is one of the best animated movies ever made.
Yeah.
So when they announced four, I was like, why? The last one had
Right.
such
Right.
finality to it,
Right.
and I love an
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, even if 4 isn't as good as 3 or the other ones, if they feel they have a story worth telling, I still want to
Yeah,
see that.
right.
And I don't think 4 is as strong as the other 3. But I really liked this movie, and I'm glad they made it.
Yeah. I'm glad they made a fourth one too. I mean, definitely, you could do so many more stories with this. You could go
There's-
all the way up to 6 if you really wanted to.
There's more story
Which,
to
if
tell.
you
which
do 5,
I didn't feel that way at all. I didn't feel that way at all going to this movie. I'm like,
exactly. Just like I told you.
Yeah.
Remember, like I thought that there was no
You weren't
way
looking
that
forward to
this. I wasn't really looking forward to it.
I was like,
And I
let's
was like,
give
there's
Toy
no
Story the
way-
benefit of the doubt.
Right. That that this movie's going to be better than the fourth movie or than the third movie. Sorry.
And it's not. I don't think it is. However,
Yeah.
it's such a different animal. You know,
yeah,
it's
it is.
about
yes. Yeah.
third one's about bringing closure with Andy, and it's almost like a prison escape movie.
Right.
This one's like a road trip, and it's about. There was an article, like I think it was in the Hollywood Reporter or Variety, where they talked about the failure of Men in Black International, and one of the Sony executives said this movie needs a reason to be, and it just didn't have one.
Yeah.
With this movie, the reason to be a movie, it's like
Is because you had so much backstory,
and
it's the build up of certain
it's the build-up.
characters. I mean,
and it answers. It's like asks the question, "What do you do after you're done?" Because Woody he's done. He did his job, and he's like, "What's my purpose now?"
Right.
And then he's trying to shepherd another toy played by Tony Hale,
Yep.
Forky,
Yep.
who he isn't supposed to be a toy, but he is one.
And yes,
And
right.
it's about purpose and where do you belong and what
Exactly.
do you do after you do what you need to.
Right.
And
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
but Tom Hanks.
But Tom Hanks, everyone that we
It's
know
his
and love,
movie. Yes.
I mean, is back in this movie. Some characters that we almost forgot about for a little bit. We have a nice little Bo Peep.
Annie Potts is back.
Yep. We, didn't know where she was for a little bit, and we get this nice little intro in the beginning of the movie to bring us back.
The intro broke my heart.
It did.
When you find out it just
that happened
adds,
like
it
that.
adds
It
a
was
layer between 2 and 3,
Right, exactly.
where it's like, oh my god, Woody
Yeah.
almost made a choice here that would have completely splintered off.
Exactly.
And just, I'm like, the fact that he was gonna make that choice, it broke me.
But then there's all the tension build up right there in those 2-3 minutes, and
Oh my god,
then there was this other scene just right in the beginning of the movie as well, where I just looked at you and I'm like,
it's like, god damn.
son of a bitch, Pixar knows how to make these damn movies.
Dude,
And we just saw previews for 4 other animated movies,
yeah.
and we're like, they're shit now. They're complete shit. Within 2 seconds of watching a Pixar movie, just utter.
It all goes
everything's
away. I was so
genius.
happy to be back in that world.
Right,
I'm sitting in the
exactly.
theater in
You're just
2019,
Hearing,
and I'm looking at
hearing the
Buzz
music.
Lightyear. The music, the
Buzz
nostalgia was
Lightyear,
hitting me so
exactly,
hard.
Yeah.
They've never looked
Take
better,
it.
by the way. They've never looked
Right,
better.
exactly.
Like the rain, the
Yep.
background. It looks.
We
so
always talk about damn
real.
water. It
looks. They did it.
real.
Um.
Touch that shit.
I thought it was. I thought it was clever. I thought it was funny. It is Woody's
Right.
movie.
It is, yeah.
And you have Christina Hendricks in there as the antagonist, as Gabby, and you have Tony Hale coming right off of Veep into this as Forky, and then you have Keanu Reeves and Key and Peele. They're in this movie.
Yep.
They're very, very funny in
They
this
are
movie.
funny,
They have a
yeah.
recurring joke. It just killed me every single time. And it almost killed me one time when I was
I
talking
wonder
about
if that was their idea. They just brought it on set like, hey, let's
do the riffing.
Right,
It's so
It's
funny.
It's genius.
It didn't go where I thought it would go. They spend a lot more time in like an antique store than I thought they would.
Right,
It wasn't the
right,
road trip
right.
movie I thought it would be.
Right.
I loved just seeing how the Bo Peep character what her journey was after deciding,
Right.
you know what, I don't want to belong to one kid
Right.
anymore. I don't want to wait.
Being
for a
more
kid.
like tomboy, you know.
and she just
And
took it.
She
took
did
the
yeah.
reins on her
Right,
own.
exactly. Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear,
Buzz Lightyear, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
He was my one problem with the movie because I feel like he got dumbed down.
Right.
I feel like
he got Draxed.
he did. He really did. He got
Draxed.
he's in a similar predicament that he was in 2, where he kind of needs to take charge. And in 2,
Right.
he does that, no questions asked.
Right.
He's right up there with
Yeah.
Woody.
Yeah.
You know, just as smart, just as capable. And this
Being a
one,
leader and
yeah, and in
and
this one, he
now-
felt like they took that away from him a
right,
little bit.
right.
And
And even in the last one, he was speaking Spanish. He was bilingual
he
on
was
us.
bilingual.
And now it's where did bilingual Buzz go?
I don't
Come
know
on.
where he went.
He's pressing all these buttons and he's
and
getting
it's like,
all confused about his conscience.
yeah, it's like,
Doesn't
can we
know
give?
what conscience is.
I know, and it's like that's not the character that we
Right,
knew in the other
yeah.
movies. The other Buzz was a
No,
lot
yeah,
stronger
exactly,
and
yeah.
smarter.
Right.
I liked Keanu Reeves, even though he wasn't as big a factor in the movie
Yeah.
as I thought he
I
would
think
be.
it's just another name to put on the
Yeah.
the list. Right?
Anything else that you want to add?
No. I mean
I thought it was well directed.
It was
It's the best animated movie of the year
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
It knocks off How to Train Your Dragon,
right. Yeah, for sure.
The Hidden World for me. And the end did make me cry. I mean, I teared
Yeah.
up before I was full
Damn.
on.
Pixar movies, man.
Because
Everyone. I mean, to talk about it, we didn't get a
short.
film,
And we
So
need
I was
one.
actually we didn't need one.
we needed one.
They're like,
That's a
we
nice
don't
little
need any
treat.
more Oscars. We can let the
We got it.
it.
Go ahead, Illumination,
Yeah.
with your minions. The ending affected me emotionally.
Yeah.
It just, and it brings closure to
Yeah.
Woody's
Right.
arc, and
Right.
while at the same time I'm like, okay, I'll be on board for more of these. Yeah, it was a beautiful ending,
It was. Yeah.
and it really teared me up, and it felt real, and it just felt like, okay, this makes sense. That's why
Yep.
they made a 4th one, because even though this chapter of his life ended, now
now
you know,
something else.
we see
opened
him
up,
dealing
yeah,
with it. This is
yeah.
the Logan of Toy Story. I loved it. I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5 for Toy Story.
4.5, yeah. I'm gonna go 4.3, guys. 4.3 out of 5.
Yeah,
Right at the beginning, though, I was at a 10 out of 5, guys.
you sure were.
I was
You were there.
really like, wow, exceeding my expectations.
Yeah,
But yeah, guys, definitely go check this movie
this is
out.
100%. You gotta go see this.
Yeah, and it is definitely for sure. All right, guys,
That's
like,
the
comment,
review.
subscribe.